Hello, hello, hello. What is going on? Welcome to today's episode on Life with Herpes, the hashtag Ask Alexandra section. I am your host, Alexandra Harbushka. I'm host of the podcast and YouTube channel and creator of lifewithherpes.com. So it is a casual Friday for me today. Hope you're okay with that. I am just so excited to be here with you, and thank you for joining me today. Gosh, I have some wispies going on. So basically the way this works, thanks for the thumbs. Basically the way this works is you can either submit your questions in advance, which I'm sure you got some emails about that if you're part of the community. Hey, new friends, you're here, welcome. Or you can ask me questions right now. So you can type in the chat. So let me say, hey friends. There we go. Hey. Got another new person on here. Hi there. Thank you. I love all the thumbs up. I much appreciate it. So anyways, happy Friday. I'm excited to be here with you. So I have some questions lined up, but feel free to ask as we go along. If you're like, I need more clarification on that, Alexandra, or you have your own, another set of questions that you want to ask, you can go on ahead and do that. Before I get going, if you are not a member of the Life with Herpes community, I would love to invite you to become a member. It's free, F-R-E-E. And so I'd love to invite you to do that. You get a lot of cool stuff. One of the main things that's really great about it is you get access to the online community, and it is a lot going on. A lot of people asking for guidance, sharing their story, communicating, becoming friends, all that. So I really want to invite you over there. So go to lifewithherpes.com. I'm going to type it in here so you can see it, and just go there. All right, so let me get going. Let me pull up my questions for you. And also a quick little disclosure. My husband's going to be walking in. He's going to be coming home soon. So you might see him in the background, and maybe I'll get him over here to say hi. I'll see how he's doing. So let me get my questions. Let's see. I get it all lined up, and then you get all distracted with going live. So okay, here we go. All right, so these are questions from people in the community. So here we go. Will my sores heal if I don't have a prescription yet? And I'm doing swimming in dirty water for 2 weeks. Okay, so that's a great question. It sounds like, and I don't know if you were just diagnosed with herpes. I'm trying to get comfortable here. So my back, maybe I sit back. How's that? I'll move this forward. I'll get my tea. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, so I don't know if this is your first outbreak or this is something that you've had for a while. But yeah, if you don't have a prescription, yes, your outbreak will absolutely go away. You have to, think about it, this virus we've had for millions of years with us, with the human race. I don't know if we've been around for a million years, but you get my point. It's been here forever, and people's outbreaks do go away. So yes, your outbreak will go away. However, it will take a little bit longer to heal. As far as dirty water, that's like anything, it's like any cut or anything. I would recommend keeping it as clean as possible. I can remember I had in San Diego, if any of you are from San Diego, we have this little island called Fiesta Island, and it's really not much of an island to talk about, but it's surrounded by bay water, so the water is just really dirty. It doesn't get to circulate. And I had a friend who just got a bunch of tattoos, and he forgot, and he was so hot that he jumped in the water, and the bacteria kind of ate away at his tattoos. Totally different than herpes, but my point is that was dirty water, and it was salt water. I don't know what you're swimming in, but yeah, I would just be careful. Would I say, don't let it ruin your life or get in the way of your life, but I would be careful, and I would take a shower and clean with soap and water and just do what you can to keep it, clean and dry and all that. Unfortunately, location of where it is on our genitals, it's hard to keep clean and dry. But yeah, that's a great question. And if you want, we are talking about everything you need to know about herpes coming up this Wednesday in our live group chat. So if you want, we can definitely go into more detail, especially about prescriptions and how it lasts and what you need to do to prevent to heal your outbreaks and some other methods you could use. So I'd love to go over that with you. I will put the link in the chat. It's the Life with Herpes support group is what I highly recommend you come to. Okay, next question. Okay, this is a long narrative, so let's go through it. Hope you guys don't mind. Okay, I was dating this really great guy for about 3 weeks before telling him I have herpes. This guy was the first guy I've dated since finding out 3 months ago that I had HSV-2. When I told him, he said that it was okay and it wasn't my fault and he didn't think of me any differently. The next week after I told him, he didn't talk to me as much as he did before. And then 2 weeks after that I told him, he ended up completely ghosting me. I tried asking him if things were okay with us, and I didn't get a response. I feel like he ghosted me because I have herpes because things were going great before I told him. I just feel like I don't know how to date with herpes. My question is, how long do you think you should date someone before telling them you have herpes? Did you have many guys reject you because of your herpes status? Or did you have guys accept you with herpes? Have you found many guys out there are willing to have a relationship with a woman that has herpes? I feel like there's not many single guys who want to date someone with herpes. At work, I meet a lot of women who are married with kids and have herpes, so I know I'm not the only woman in town with herpes. But I feel like I'm the only one because they're dating and looking for a relationship with herpes. Have you ever tried a herpes dating site? All right, so there's a lot of questions in there. So let me kind of file through and get to them. So first of all, I'm really proud of you for a couple of things. One, getting out there, dating, right? Like I just recorded an episode this week. I think it'll air in the next 2 weeks, basically talking about rejection and how, we all share the same fear of rejection. And so I want to give you a really big high five and congratulate you for going out there. Number one. Number two, I'm even more proud of you for telling him that you have herpes. That's absolutely one of the biggest things. And I'm a huge advocate for that and absolutely telling them that you have herpes. So I think that's great. So high five. I'm sure other people watching this are giving you high fives as well. All right, so to answer a few of your questions. Okay, so I totally understand, and with dating and one thing I want to ask maybe what your age is. I know because you mentioned the difference between women that are married and all that, and what age of guys you're dating. You have to think that when we're in our early 20s, it's just a different game. I don't want to use the word game for dating, but it's just a different situation. Relationships fizzle very soon. They're hot and heavy in the beginning, and then they go, they fizzle. So that could have nothing to do with herpes whatsoever. It could have everything to do with maybe there was someone else that they were dating simultaneously. Maybe there was someone that they just bumped into and all of a sudden. So it really can have nothing to do with herpes. Now, I'm not saying this doesn't happen when you're older, in your 30s and 40s and 50s, 60s. But what I'm saying is a lot of times, and I can remember that being in my 20s with guys, I'm like, am I just the only one? Are there other ones? Like the whole thing. So that's one thing I want to say too. It may have nothing to do with herpes. And that's really what I want to get out is it may have absolutely zero to do with the fact that you have herpes. And it may have everything to do with the fact that there was somebody else he was dating, or he didn't, he just wasn't ready to date, or whatever it could be, right? We don't know because we didn't ask him. So I just want you to know that. Me personally, did I get rejection from herpes? Here's the thing. I used it as a scapegoat. I used it as a way to get out of having sex. I learned to, which is wrong, but that's how I used it. I used it to be like, look, I want to date you, but I don't want to have sex with you. And that's totally fine. Not everybody, you don't, we had an episode out. Oh, it came out this last Wednesday with Jen Burton, who is a fairy godmommy for dating, and like a dating coach, basically. And we both agreed that, hey, you don't have to sleep with anybody to date them. You can date as many people as you want, and it's up to you to decide when you want to date with them or sleep with them. Go back and listen to this episode. I think it's episode 87. So go back and listen to that. But my point is that you can learn to use it for your own advantage, right? When should you tell somebody that you are ready that you have herpes? That is a big, big, big question. And that really is up to you. Some people like to say, I'm going to tell you right up front. And then other people like to wait until the relationship moves forward. This is a really good example of what we talk about in our support group. In fact, this is like our number one question. This is really what we cover at least once a week on Mondays and Wednesdays. So I think Monday is telling your partner you have herpes. So I'm sorry, it's Wednesday. Wednesday is telling your partner you have herpes. I'm really going to recommend, if this is really important to you, to come to that. And we really dive deep. To give you a quick little answer, it's up to you when you want to tell the person. There's no rule book. So I think I answered all of your questions. That was a lot. That was really good. And I'm glad that we talked about it, considering we're going to have an event on it this next week. So I really want to invite you to that. Okay. I think I answered them all. Okay. Hi, Alexandra. I just found out I had herpes yesterday, and my life has changed so much. I feel that I was there. Other people that are on the live with us right now, we get it. We've been there. I got it so easily. I was out one day with a friend at a hookup bar and was sharing with everyone in our group. A few weeks later, my friend who was with me tells me she found out a guy who was with us had oral herpes. Next thing I know, I'm getting my first outbreak, and it's so painful. I feel scared that it can happen so easily. Is that possible? I have HSV too. I have kids, and I'm worried I gave it to them when I didn't know I had it because of how easily I got it. Please help. I have so many questions. Okay. Totally feel it, been there, done that, get it, scary, all that. And I'm really glad you have all these questions of how it's passed and how it's not passed, incubation periods and things like that. First of all, just clear. It's skin to skin. So for your kids, it's skin to skin. I don't know where you have herpes. I don't know if you have it orally or genitally. If it is orally, then you kiss your kids, things like that. I would just be a little more cautious with it. But what I don't want to happen is I don't want you to, put this wall up to your kids, absolutely not. But just be a little more cautious with it. Number two, if you have it genitally, then chances are you're not going to expose your kids to it. It just depends on where it is genitally. But I don't think you would I don't see that happening. Here's something I want to make sure that you know. So HSV1 is typically oral. So it's typically oral. HSV2 is typically genital regions. So you're saying that someone has HSV1 and now you have HSV2. I want you to go back and check and just make sure you have a clear idea of what you have. If you have it genitally, I should really get better at pronouncing that word since I use it all day long. But if you have it genitally, then it could be HSV1 or it could be HSV2. So I really want to invite you to go back and look at your medical records and see. And then it just depends on where your outbreaks are. Yeah, the virus is easily passed when it is active, but also you can still transmit it when it is not due to viral shedding. So I have a lot of information about viral shedding on some of my podcasts. So if you go back there and look, go to lifewithherpes.com. There are some resources for you on viral shedding. I also want to invite you to our upcoming, our upcoming event with the support group, because we do talk about this, right? We do talk about this, everything you need to know about herpes, the herpes 101. So it sounds like since you were just diagnosed, this would be a really good time. Hi, friends. I got a new friend that showed up. It would be a really great time for you to come learn everything you need to learn. It's only $15 for the month. You get 8 sessions. So I think that would really be a smart move. Okay, I'm gonna take a break right now. I'm gonna take a sip of it was hot, it's not hot anymore. While I'm doing that, do you have any questions? The friends that are on the live right now, do you have any questions? If you do, type it in the chat and I'll address it. Or if you need more clarification on what I've discussed, on what I've discussed in the last couple questions. So let me take a sip. Am I dark? Should I get another light in the future? Maybe change directions? I don't know. But I'm just taking a couple sips just because my throat. Okay. Thanks for the patience. Sorry about that. I had a hair in my mouth. Okay. Back at it. Okay. This is the next question from our group. I had non-penetrative sex contact with an HSV2 positive person. I had non-penetrative sex contact. So foreplay, maybe? Okay, a non-penetrative sex contact with an HSV positive person. I was tested about 2 or 3 months post contact and was negative for HSV2, but positive for HSV1. Do you think I should still worry about getting tested again in 6 months? I have had no symptoms at all except for a few pimples, which were painful but didn't look like herpes sores. All right. Here's the thing. And I kind of like to take the word out of ST, sexual, sex, all that. With herpes, it's skin to skin. Period, the end. There are a lot of activities that we do that are skin to skin with people and we don't have sex. So let's clear that out of the way with the biggest aha moments or the biggest misconceptions that happen with herpes. So yeah, let's just clear that. So the fact that you were skin to skin with somebody in that situation, and I talk about this a lot, is you should definitely use some type of protection or a condom, even though you're not having penetrative sex. I highly recommend that. My husband just walked in, so I'll have him say hi in a second. Hi, my love.
Hi,
beautiful. And then, so that's something I'm really, really adamant about. And then, so you were tested about 2 or 3 months past, you were negative but positive for HSV1. Now, I know the IgG test, it tells me here you've got the IgG test. It doesn't tell you where in your body, but it can differentiate between HSV1 and HSV2. Where do you have HSV1? That might be something to just look at. And perhaps this person doesn't have HSV2. Maybe he had HSV1. I don't know if you want to go back and talk to him, or if you still talk to him, or her. You didn't specify if you were female or male, so I don't know. But you might want to go back and just confirm that kind of where it came from. Do you both have the same strain? Because if you did, then that would be your answer. Here's the thing. Should you worry about getting tested again in 6 months? If you are sexually active and you're sexually active with multiple partners, I recommend getting tested as frequent as possible, so that you can be on top of it. Every time, I know for myself, every time I had a new sexual partner, I would get tested after that partner. And I also would get tested annually, even if I was with one partner. So that's something that I know I did. Maybe I was a little overboard, but I do think that that's really important just for your own sexual health, so that you're doing everything possible. Hi, new friend. So that you're doing everything possible to, protect yourself and protect someone else. So you have no symptoms at all, except a few pimples, which weren't painful. So something that I would invite you to inquire about would be this HSV1. Did you know you had it? Did you not know? Just maybe do a little more digging. I'd love to follow up with you on this and kind of get to the bottom of it and kind of find out kind of the timeline and the story and locations and things like that. Maybe we could put together a better idea of this. But basically what I'm highly going to recommend is, if you are sexually active and you're sexually active with multiple partners, get tested. Go and get tested. It is, it's the kind of the unknown is not worth it. It's not worth the unknown. Of wondering any type of itch or tingle or twitch or this, or am I getting it? Things like that. So, I'm going to invite you to our support group every Monday and Wednesday. I'm really going to invite you to that. I think that would be great. It would be a great conversation to have with our group and have their point of view as well. Kind of, let's put it together. Let's put a timeline and let's get that taken care of for you. So that's a great question. Everybody's question is a great question. Again, I'm going to open it up. If you have any questions, you can type it right there. I misread something in the past question with the one that said, I got it. So sorry, I totally misread it. I want to clarify because it says, the question that was, I just got herpes. I was at a bar. I read it as hookup, and I want to apologize. It was a hookah. It was just spelled funny, and I'm rereading it, and I'm like, that's supposed to be hookah. So a hookah bar where you smoke like the worm in Alice in Wonderland, like the does it like the thing, that thing. That's the hookah bar. So you can get it absolutely from passing it around, and that's really important to realize that you can get it. So by sharing things, again, we go really, really deep on this in our support group. So while my husband's here, as he's about to leave, I'll introduce him to you guys. He was just walking out the door. Oh. Hi, my love. Beautiful. This is Bill.
Hey, everybody. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You having a good day?
I am.
Awesome.
Do you guys have any questions for Bill while he's here? You can type your question. Yeah. Anyways, I know because people ask all the time about us and Bill and does he have herpes and all that fun stuff. So I think we're going to do an episode on it.
Yeah, I'm great with that.
I know.
And no, I don't have herpes.
He doesn't.
And I've been tested.
You've been tested?
Like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ready to go to
Yeah, we're driving to San Diego right now. So he's actually packing up the car while I'm doing this.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to go put the luggage away.
Okay.
If you get a question, I'm happy to answer.
Okay. So type it in and then he'll be back on the next load.
On the next round. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So you guys are the first people to meet Bill. No one's met Bill live ever. I've never done a podcast with him. So this is a big day, don't you think, Bill?
Huge.
Huge. Okay, next question was a question that I got. I had it pop up in our Slack group. It was, I read it right before and I didn't type it down. I didn't write it down. Basically, the question was, I have HSV2 genitally, and I made out with my boyfriend or new boyfriend, made out with him, and now he thinks he has oral herpes. Is that possible? The answer is no. It's not possible unless he went down on you. But if he went down on you, then that would be a way he could absolutely get it, but it wouldn't be HSV1, it'd be HSV2. So I just want to specify, and this is something that I want to make sure we know, is just because you have oral herpes, it is not HSV1. It can be either HSV1 or HSV2. Vice versa, just because you have genital herpes, it does not mean it's HSV2. It could also be HSV1. So keep that in mind. Just because it's oral, it does not mean this, and just because it's genital, it does not mean that. HSV1 is, hi, new friend. HSV1 is much more common because it typically is oral, which typically we come in contact with our mouth more. Hi, another new friend. Type your question below if you have a question. I'm kind of wrapping it up, but I'd absolutely love to answer your question. So HSV2 is typically genital. Like I mentioned, it can go back and forth. It also can happen. You can have both HSV1 orally and HSV2 orally, and vice versa. You can have HSV1 and HSV2 genitally. So typically, if you have one, you don't get the other. However, it is possible. So keep that in mind. I definitely know people that have both HSV1 and HSV2 in the genital region. So it's just exposure and communicating with your partner. At this point, my friends, I am going to wrap it up. I'm truly privileged and blessed to be spending this last half an hour with you on a Friday morning. I hope you all have a beautiful weekend planned. You can see what's going on with me. I try to post a lot on Instagram. So it's Alexandra Harbushka on Instagram if you want to follow along with what I'm doing, or you want to watch us on our road trip or whatever. That I would love to invite you to do that. I'm truly blessed to be here, and it is an honor. And thank you for spending the time with me. It really has made my day and my weekend. If you are interested, so a couple of housekeeping items. Set your timer or calendar or whatever for the upcoming one. It'll be next Friday at the same time. It's 11 a.m. Pacific, 1 Central, 2 Eastern, 6 London, and 5 a.m. in Sydney. I think I got all the times right. I had to close my eyes to do that. Hi, new friend. So join us, set the timer. If you are subscribed, it'll just automatically let you know when I'm live. If not, subscribe and you can know. If not, just set your calendar and show up. So that's that. Also, as you heard me talking a lot about our weekly support group, I truly, truly, truly believe that that's a really great spot if you are ready to get to the bottom of some of your diagnoses. If you have specific questions, you really want to ask a really specific, and we can kind of peel back that onion and dive deep. It is $15 for the month. It is a monthly benefit. You get to go 8 times for $15. That's basically $1 a session of me. So that's huge. And there's other members in the group, and it is just awesome because you get to ask questions and have them also give their point of view. And it's great. We laugh, we cry. It's an emotional time, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So emotional in a good way. So I really want to invite you guys to do that. So go to lifewithherpes.com/support group and let me do that. So I'll just put this in the chat group. Forward group. All right. Lifewithherpes.com/ Line. What line? Abby, hi there. What line? I don't know what that maybe you hit send too soon, but I'd love to answer your question, whatever that is. Yeah, so go to lifewithherpes.com, support group, sign up. It is $15 for the month. You can't beat it, or $30 for one session. Again, $15, can't beat it. I look so forward to seeing you all next Friday. I don't know where I'll be. It's kind of like, where in the world is Alexandra? I might be in San Diego. I might be in Arizona. I might be in Las Vegas. I don't know. But I cannot wait to see. Hi, new friends. I am wrapping up, so if you want, you can watch the replay. I look forward to posting that. Like I said, hi there. Thanks for the hellos. Love the thumbs up. Much appreciated. And I'm just going to give you all good thoughts and sending you well wishes for the weekend. All right, my friends, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all next week. Do, do, do.